Hi everyone, it's Miss Sydney here, and one of my cats, Gerard. He's going to join us for the story today. I don't know how long he'll hang out for, but here we are. Today I'm going to read a book called Giggle, Giggle, Quack, and that's by Doreen, Cronin, and pictures by Betsy, Lewin. And if you look at the picture here, you can see a duck with a pencil out of his mouth, and he's holding a piece of paper that says, "Dear Bob." So I'm wondering, first of all, why is a duck writing a note, and who's Bob? But I'm also looking at the other pictures, and I'm seeing a lot of different animals. This one is laughing really, he's going crazy, so I don't know what's so funny. We'll have to figure this out. This author and illustrator have also done Click, Clack, Moo, and lots of different types of books with these animals, so if you like this book, you'll have to check that out as well. Giggle, Giggle, Quack. Farmer Brown was going on vacation. He left his brother Bob in charge of the animals. That's a big job for Bob, so I hope he's up for the challenge. I wrote everything down for you. Just follow my instructions and everything will be fine. But keep an eye on Duck. He's trouble. And I see Duck here. He's looking down. It looks like someone must have dropped a pencil, and our friend Farmer Brown is on his way, and his brother Bob is waving goodbye. Farmer Brown thought he heard giggles and snickers as he drove away, but he couldn't be sure. So we have animals that are laughing, and we're not exactly sure why. We'll have to see. Bob gave Duck a good long stare, and he went inside. He read the first note. Tuesday night is pizza night, not the frozen kind. The hens prefer anchovies. Giggle, giggle, cluck. We're clucking here because we have our rooster friends and our hens nearby. But I don't think Farmer Brown wrote that note. I don't know many hens and animals on the farm that eat pizza. 29 minutes later, there was hot pizza in the barn. Looks like all of our friends are happy. And I see Duck, he has that pencil again. I'm thinking he's writing those notes. Bob checked on the animals before he went to bed, and everything was just fine. My friend Duck is sleeping under a blanket here. He still has his pencil. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Wednesday is bath day for the pigs. Wash them with my favorite bubble bath and dry them off with my good towels. Remember, they have very sensitive skin. Giggle, giggle, boink. Do you think Farmer Brown really wanted him to be washing his animals in his bathroom with his soap and his good towels? I don't think so either. That's a sneaky duck. Bob had all the pigs washed in no time. Look. I see FB for Farmer Brown, and all of the pigs are wrapped in it. Nice for the pigs, not for our friend Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown called home on Wednesday night to check in. "Did you feed the animals like I wrote in the note?" he asked. "Done," replied Bob, counting 7 empty pizza boxes. I don't know if he was talking about feeding them pizza, though. "Did you see my note about the pigs?" "All taken care of," Bob said proudly. Oh, he thinks he's doing a nice job. "Are you keeping a very close eye on Duck?" he asked. Bob gave Duck a good long stare again, and Duck was too busy sharpening his pencil to notice. Uh-oh, I don't think Bob knows what the duck has been up to. "Just keep him in the house," ordered Farmer Brown. "He's a bad influence on the cows. And an influence means you can make other friends make choices. And if he's not a good influence, if he's a bad influence, then the cows aren't always making good choices when the duck is there. Giggle, giggle, moo. Giggle, oink, giggle, quack." So it sounds like we have the cows and the duck together already. We'll have to see what they get into. Thursday night is movie night. It's the cows' turn to pick. So we know our friend Duck is writing these notes. We'll have to see what happens. Giggle, giggle, moo. Bob was in the kitchen popping corn. Just as the animals settled in to watch the sound of music, the phone rang. And it looks like it startled our friend here, and he knocked the phone off, which means he picked it up. The only thing Farmer Brown heard on the other end of the call was giggle, giggle, quack, giggle, moo, giggle, oink. Uh-oh, he said. Duck! Screamed Farmer Brown. Uh-oh. He told his brother to keep an eye on him. And our friend Duck wrote a note that said, "It's for you, Bob." It looks like all of our animal friends are laughing about it, except for the one who answered the phone. Does it look like Farmer Brown was really happy about that? No. He's coming home. It wasn't Bob's fault, because that duck is a tricky one. But let's take a look now. Here's the front of our book. And we're going to see if it goes front to back, if it makes one big picture or two separate. Here's our front, here's our spine, and here's our back. What do you think? What is your prediction? Do you think it's going to be one big or two separate? Let's take a look. We got one big picture. We have our fence that goes front to back. We have our animals that go all over the page too. Our grass and our sky. All right. After this book, you can do many different things. You can do a song that we really like in our class, but you can also do any kind of animal songs that you can find. Right now we're going to do Bingo, but instead of the farmer having a dog named Bingo, we're going to sing about a farmer who has a duck named Bingo. Now, bear with me, I might mess up just because when I change the words, it takes me a minute to get it together, but we'll do it together and we'll have a lot of fun. All right. There was a farmer had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the first letter, and it's a big letter, B. It has a big line down, two bumps over, and when we take that letter off, we're going to clap. And that circle there means clap. Okay, so we still have I-N-G-O, but we're going to clap first for the B. All right, ready? There was a farmer had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. All right, looking at our letters now, we're taking off our letter I. Line down, one line on top, one line on the bottom. Taking that off, now we have to clap 2 times, and we still have letters N-G-O. Ready? There was a farmer had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. Now we're taking a look, and I'm sure many of you are guessing what's next. We have our big letter N, line up, line diagonal down, and line straight back up. Now, how many times are we clapping? 3. You got it. And now we're looking at our last 2 letters. The G-O says go. If you wanted to learn how to read that word, go. Very good. All right, ready? There was a farmer had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. Now we're taking off our big letter G. Curves around, down, up, and then instead of it being a C, we add a little line here to make it our G. Now we have to clap 1, 2, 3, 4 times, which leaves our letter O as our last letter. There was a farmer had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. You got it. Taking off our last letter O, big circle. And now we're clapping all 5 times. When I'm clapping sometimes, and when I get to the last 5 claps, I usually mouth the letters. So what that means is it looks like I'm saying it, but I'm not. And then that way, when I'm clapping, I can make sure I'm going the right speed. All right, you ready? There was a farmer, had a duck, and Bingo was his name. Oh. And Bingo was his name. Oh. Now we're taking them, we're going to put them back on. The last letter we took off was a O, and then it was our G. Then we had a letter N, I, and then our very first letter, B. You can change this word however you want to. You can change the B to a S. The B changes to a S, and it would be singo. You can change different letters in the word. If you want to be a little challenging, you can take off a different letter to start. B-I-G-O. That's tricky. It's really hard to do. Or if you're like me and you really like to change things up a little bit, I've changed the words to the song to make it different for each unit that we've had. So for our springtime unit on plants, I've changed it to, there was a farmer had a seed, he put it in some dirt. P-L-A-N-T, 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 a plant is what he grew. Whatever is interesting to you and however you want to make that work, totally up to you. This was easy to make. I took one piece of paper. Mr. Jesse and I don't have any regular paper in our house, so I got some from my notebook. You fold it in half so that way there's a big crease. You cut lines in your paper, and then you can either use tape if you're holding it up like this, or you don't need tape if it's going to be down in front of you. So you'll have to tell me about all the ways that you've done this, and if you've done anything to change it, and how fun that was for you and your family. I've heard from a lot of you so far, whether it was email or I just got a letter from a student today in the mail, which is really nice to see. So I love hearing from you. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all soon. Love you. Bye.